Do you enjoy bases that are simple and easy to build? How about bases that look modern but also kind of medieval at the same time? If you answered no to any of those questions, then shit, man, I don't know. This base is good, just trust me, okay? It may look small, but with the included basement, I was able to fit in a lot of the essentials like extra storage, a bed, and even an enchanting area. And so let's just get straight into the base tour right now. So for this build, I wanted to try a more modern style of base design, but also kind of keep it medieval at the same time by using a bunch of wood and stone and more medieval kind of blocks. Even though only 8% of you said you like modern bases, I just kind of wanted to do it anyway. Well, the main reason I wanted to actually make this base is because this wall design right here, or window design, I guess. So this design actually came to me late at night at like midnight. I was just laying there and then I just all of a sudden just thought of this window design, which basically just consists of a giant window at the back, and then at the front we have this leaf design, which I've used in a bunch of my builds before, and then we have some nice wood accents in the corners. And as you can see, here is the sketch I created of my design, just so I wouldn't forget it when I woke up the next morning. So yeah, this base pretty much only exists for this reason right here. And then over on this side as well, we have the exact same design, except it's stretched out a little bit wider to fit the entire base here. And then on the back, we have a more simple kind of just slats design using some spruce trapdoors, which can also be pretty useful as you can quickly access your base from the back. You don't have to go all the way around to the front door. You can just open up a trapdoor and access anything you need. So heading around to the other side, as you can see, we just have the continued slats design. I don't really know what else to call it, but yeah. And then over to the left of the front door here, we have a nice little garden as well. Feel free to chuck in whatever flowers or grass you want. Even some azalea plants would look nice as well. Alright, and so that pretty much covers the exterior of the base. Now let's head on inside. So on the first floor, we of course have our big gorgeous open windows here on either side for a nice lovely view. And then on our back wall here, we have our storage area, crafting, and also our furnaces. This wall can't really fit in a lot of stuff, and I couldn't really utilize this space as the windows are here, of course. I don't want to block them up, which is also the main reason why this build also has a basement down below. So yeah, on this right side, we have two double chests, a single chest, and also a bunch of barrels in some spots where I could fit them. And we have a couple of crafting blocks as well. Feel free to replace these barrels or even these ones as well with some other crafting blocks that you might think you need or anything like that. And then on the left side, you can do the same thing again with the furnaces. You could have all just regular furnaces. It's entirely up to you. We've also got some nice little decorations on top of here where I could fit them in, and also a couple of nice paintings as well. So I think before we head to the basement, we'll head up first to the second floor. So up here in this side, we have just a double chest. I didn't really know what else to put here, so some extra storage is always kind of handy, I guess. And now heading out the door, we can head out to our little rooftop garden. So yeah, up here we're able to fit in a little bit of a farm. I've got some carrots planted, but of course feel free to replace these with whatever you want. It's mainly supposed to be aesthetic, not really useful in any kind of sort. So now that's pretty much the top floor done. Let's head all the way down the ladder to the basement. So down here we have our enchanting area first of all. This of course does reach a full level 30. Just make sure to add in a corner block here. I thought it was here, but it's not there. And then over on the left and right sides here, we have some barrels for your lapis storage or any enchanted books you wanted to keep or anything like that. To the right, we have our extra storage area with 9 double chests in total. And yes, these top chests do open. We've used some stone slabs up here. And then turning around, we have our bedroom with some extra little personal storage in these barrels and also a nice little pot plant as well. Now, I tried to keep this basement as kind of useful as possible. Feel free to, of course, expand and change this up as you need it. You could expand these chests this way, or you could even remove this and expand it that way if you really wanted to. And yeah, so that pretty much concludes the base tour. If you like the look of this base and want to create it for yourself, feel free to stick around and we'll get started on the tutorial right now. Alright, so first of all, of course, make sure you have a nice flat area like so. You of course don't really need too much space as this base is pretty small. And let's start off by creating our pillars. So let's first place in 2 like so, leaving a gap in between them of 1 block. We're going to be replacing this ground block here with some stripped spruce wood, and then we're also going to chuck in our door in between these 2 blocks just to mark out the doorway. Now behind the left pillar block here, we're going to go back 1 block, leaving a gap once again, and then we're going to head to the left of this one, leaving a gap of 2. Now we're going to head back this way and leave a gap of 5 blocks to the right of this pillar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and place a block on the next one. And now we're going to do the same thing heading backwards, leaving a gap of 7 this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then place a block on the next one. Now we're going to head all the way down here and align ourselves up with this block here to the left of the door, and also the block we just placed, and chuck one on right there. Then we're going to do the same thing, align ourselves up with this pillar and this one, place a block like so, and then yeah, same thing once again right here. And now the rest of the pillars are all going to be using some stripped spruce wood. So in between these these two pillars here, we're going to be placing 2 like so, leaving a gap of 1 in between each. And then we're going to do the same thing over here in this section at the back. And those are the only 2 sections where we'll be adding those in. And yeah, that's pretty much it for all of the pillars. All right, and now it's time to raise up all of the pillars to their final heights. So for all of these spruce pillars, we're first going to be raising these up to 6 blocks high in total. So it's just going to be an additional 5 blocks on top of the one we've already placed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now let's just go ahead and quickly do that to each spruce block around the place. Okay, and before we jump off this final pillar here, we're going to be raising these 4 pillars here, oopsie daisy, up by an additional 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's do that to each one. Alright, and now it's time to jump down and do our stripped spruce wood blocks. So for these ones here, we're going to be raising these up to the same height as these pillars. Just like that, nice and easy. And now for these ones, we're going to be raising them up to 1 block just below these ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's the height right there. Do that to the next one as well. Alright, and that's all of the pillars done for now. We have a couple more to do on the second floor once we get up there, but we'll worry about that later. Alright, and just before we get started on the actual wall designs, let's go ahead and add in our couple of little exterior details. So firstly, to the left of the door here in this little section, we're going to place a spruce slab block at the meeting point of these 2 pillars, and then we're going to connect it up to the pillars by using some spruce trapdoors. Now let's replace these 2 grass blocks here with some coarse dirt, and go ahead and chuck on some of your flowers of choice. I'm going to go with a lily of the valley and a blue orchid. And now we can also just add in a nice pathway. I'm using stone, andesite, and also gravel, and just a textured pattern. You can of course add in this pathway however you want. I'm just going to leave it till there. And yeah, let's add in our walls now. So first of all, let's add in the section above the doorway here. And to do that, what we're going to do is directly above the door here is place in some upside down spruce stairs. And then we're going to leave a gap of 1 and then place in another upside down spruce stairs block. Then we're going to grab out a spruce trapdoor and place one just like so and close it up. And then all the way above this here, let's chuck in a spruce fence gate right there. Now we're going to head to the left of this in this little section here, and let's place in another upside down spruce stairs just like that in line with this one. And then we may as well do the same over here as well, and pretty much to the rest of the sections over here. All the way around to this section right here, and leaving this gap here and here as we'll be adding in our windows. Now in these 2 sections, let's replace the ground blocks here with some stripped spruce wood, and then we're going to fill up the rest of these blocks here with some glass panes. Next, let's head to the left and fill in all of these sections. These ones are pretty easy, so all we're going to be doing is placing some spruce stairs on the bottom blocks, and then in between these 2 stair blocks here, we're going to be placing in some spruce trapdoors. Go ahead and close them all up like so, and just repeat in the next section. And now pretty much the exact same thing for the back area here, so 2 stair blocks, and then yeah, just repeat the exact same thing we just did over there. Now let's chuck in our fences above this area here. So let's grab out some scaffolding just to make things a little bit easier, and head all the way up here. And we're first going to place in a fence on the left side, and then we're going to just alternate between a fence gate and a fence, just like so. Now in this little gap right here, let's chuck in a spruce fence gate, and then let's place in another scaffolding pillar and head up here. Now on top of these upside down stairs, we're going to place in some regular stairs, and then we're going to extend this up with some spruce trapdoors. And to make placing these easier, we can actually place in our other spruce stairs right here, leaving a gap of 1 just below like that, and place in your other spruce trapdoors like so. Now let's extend this scaffolding all the way around to this side and do the same thing. So on top of all these upside down stairs, place in some regular ones, and then we're going to place in some more upside down ones at the tops, and then some spruce trapdoors in between them. Now let's bring our scaffolding over to this little front area right here, and for this one we're going to place in, once again, some more regular stairs, and then instead of trapdoors this time we're going to be doing some glass panes, so just chuck those in, and then chuck in some more upside down spruce stairs. Now at the tops here we're going to place in some spruce fence gates, no fences at all, just all spruce fence gates in between these sections. So that's most of the top section done. We do of course have to do the front one, but we'll do that once we do the ceiling and everything. So head back around to the front, and now let's add in our big main windows. So firstly what we're going to do is actually remove these grass blocks in between these pillars, and also on this side as well, and we're going to connect them up with some stripped spruce wood. And now one block inside of this, on the interior, we're going to be replacing this strip of blocks with some stone. And on top of these stone blocks is also where we're going to be placing in our glass. So let's also go ahead and add in our glass all the way up to the top here at a height of 5, just one block below the pillars, and extend this over to this side and just fill it in. And now head around to the right side and extend this all the way over to the back wall. Now let's head back around to the front and add in all of our little details. So firstly, let's place some spruce stairs in all of the corners. So in the bottom 2 corners here, and then all the way at the top, just one block below the very top, and place in some stairs like so. Now we're gonna place in some spruce trapdoors in front and above all of these stairs, just like this. And now right in the center of our window, let's first place in one oak leaf block, and then to the left and right of that, an additional one. Now on top and below the central one, let's place in some spruce slabs just like this. And then we're pretty much gonna cover up the rest of all of the leaf blocks with some spruce trapdoors. Just like that. And now let's actually go ahead and place in our fence up above. So firstly, we're gonna place a spruce fence, then beside that, a fence gate. Might be kind of hard to place. Might be easier to use some scaffolding here, but I'm lazy. So just like that, alternating between fences and fence gates. And then below this fence here, we're going to chuck on a lantern. Now let's head over to the right side and do pretty much the same thing. It's just gonna be stretched out over a 7 block window instead of a 5 block. So let's chuck in some stairs in the corner blocks once again. In front and below them, let's place in some spruce trapdoors. In the center, once again, place in some leaf blocks just like so. Above and below, some spruce slabs, and then surround the rest of the leaf blocks with some oak trapdoors. And now let's add in our fence design once again, except this time we're starting off with a spruce fence gate instead of a fence. So beside that, place a fence, fence gate, fence, and yeah, you should get it by now. And then once that's placed in, you should have a fence right in the center, which will allow us to place on a lantern. And now, yeah, that's it for all of the wall designs. Next, let's head inside and add in our ceiling. So to get the height right, all you have to do is just go 1 block above this glass pane here onto these stair blocks and place in your slabs on the top half of that block. And now we're pretty much just going to fill in the entire roof using some spruce slabs just like this. You can leave this block here as we're going to be chucking on our ladders. So just leave a gap like so, and then fill in the rest using spruce slabs. Once you get to the window area here, we actually have replaced these slabs with some spruce trapdoors just for a little bit more visibility outside of the windows, and then just of course fill in the rest with some spruce slabs. And now let's grab some ladders and place them just in the spot that we left like this, and now let's head up to the top. So what we're going to be doing up here right now is adding in our wall that we didn't do before. So to start this off, let's grab out some stripped spruce wood, and leaving a gap of 1 in between all of these pillars, just place in 2 like so. And now with those marked out, let's extend them all the way up to the same height as all the others. Now let's jump back down. In this gap here in the center, let's place in a spruce door. Then heading back outside, above it, let's place some upside down spruce stairs. And then we're gonna place another upside down spruce stairs block right above it. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the left and right side over here. And then at the bottom as well, place in some more stairs. And in between these 2 gaps here, let's place in some glass panes. Now in line with our top stairs here, let's stand to the side and place in 3 campfires just like so. And then extinguish them with a shovel as well. And then below the left and right side, let's chuck in some spruce fences. And below the central one, let's place in a lantern. Now along the top here, let's also chuck in some spruce fence gates in between these gaps as well. Now we can head back inside here and add in the ceiling for this floor. So it's just going to be in line with the top of these stair blocks here and just fill it in all the way. If you want to, you could extend this ladder up to the top here and add in whatever you want. I didn't really know what to add in up here, so I just kind of left it blank. Now while we're up here, we might as well add in our farm as well. So firstly, grab out some spruce stairs, and to align this up properly, what we're going to do is pretty much just stand right on top of this glass block here. And on top of this, let's place some spruce stairs like this, and then we're going to extend it all the way down to this corner here. Once again, extend it all the way over to the other side on top of these glass blocks, and then we're going to extend it once again over in line with these stairs here, and just place these stairs like this so that they're kind of facing inwards like a corner stair block. Now beside these 2 stair blocks here, we're going to place in firstly a composter, and on this one a barrel to the left of that stair block, and then in between these just fill it in with some more stair blocks. Next, go ahead and chuck in a dirt block right here, and making sure to right click on the dirt block, we're going to place some water right here. The reason why I wanted you to place it like this is because if you used the slab block here, then your entire interior would be filled up with water right now. And now let's go ahead and place in the rest of the blocks here using some dirt, of course, and then we're going to go ahead and also till these using a hoe of your choice, and then also plant in your crop of choice. I'm going with carrots because they look nice and they taste nice. So that's it for pretty much everything on the outside. All that's left now to do is the interior and the basement. So let's head back inside. So first, let's replace all of the grass with some stone. Now with that done, we're going to add in a little bit of a stone brick checkered pattern, and we're going to be starting that on this block right here, one block in front of the ladder, and we can actually remove this stone block and a couple blocks down just to mark out where the basement will be. Now from this point here, we're just going to be creating a checkered pattern of stone and stone bricks all the way to the end here, leaving a one block gap between the checkered pattern and the glass. And that's it for the floor. Next, let's go ahead and chuck our lanterns in on the ceiling. So to line this up, we're going to stand in line with the ladder here, and then one block away from this block here, we're going to place in a slab and then a lantern. And then in line with this, all the way on the end here, we're going to go one block away from this slab and place another slab and another lantern. Now it's time to add in our back wall design. So the first thing we're going to do is extend these slabs down one block, similar to what we did for the lanterns, except we're going to be doing that in this entire row all the way down to the end here. And I actually messed up. This block here is actually supposed to be two slabs like this. My bad. Now directly underneath these, we're first going to add in 4 furnaces along like this, and then the rest are all going to be some barrels all the way to the end like so. Now at the meeting point of the furnaces and the barrels here, underneath these, we're going to be placing some upside down spruce stairs, and then underneath the stair that's underneath the furnace, we're going to be placing a spruce trapdoor and closing it up like that. Now in the very left bottom corner, we are going to be placing in a smoker, and to the right of that, 3 blast furnaces. Like I said in the tour, you can replace these all with regular furnaces if you really want to. Now to the right of these furnaces, we're going to be placing a single barrel, and then on the other end, another barrel. In between these, we're going to chuck in a crafting table in the middle. To the right of that, a smithing table, and to the left of the crafting table, an anvil. And now we're going to be chucking in some double chests and a single chest above these, just like so. And now to finish up, on top of all of the furnaces here, let's chuck in some decorations. So on top of the smoker here, let's place in a flower pot with your flower of choice. I'm going with the corn flower. Then to the right of that, a lantern, and then to the right of that once again, a campfire, and also extinguish it with a shovel. And then to finish up this floor, all we have to do is place 2 paintings, just like so. You might have to actually place a block here so that we can place a... Okay, we're gonna have to remove this pot and place another block here because Minecraft is a pain in the butt. So just make sure you have 2 blocks here so that we can place the painting and it's like a 2 block high painting, you know? And then chuck your flower pot back in with your flower. Now, all we have to do for upstairs here is just chuck in a double chest right here. And that's it. Now we can head back down the ladder and start creating the basement. All right, so make sure you have a decent pickaxe and a shovel for this next part. And also don't forget to grab a couple of ladders so you can actually get back out. And so from the floor here, including this block, we're gonna be going down 5 blocks. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need to go down by 1 more, so that makes it 5. Now let's replace all of these dirt blocks here with some stone ones and chuck some ladders on. Now, to get the dimensions right for the basement, what we're going to do is stand directly in line with the ladder. Of course, we can't really move anywhere else. And then we're going to face directly away from it, and we're going to be digging 6 blocks inwards. And that's going to be at a total height of 4, not including the floor that we've already built, of course. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll do the same to the top part here as well. And now we're going to be extending these walls out to the left and right by 2. So 1, 2, and then the same on this side, 1, 2. And now we're just going to clear all of this space all the way up until we meet back into the middle, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it. Just clear out this area. Now with that done, return back to the ladder block here. And then we're first going to start off with our little left side section. So this is going to be 3 wide and we're going to be extending it in by 3 blocks. So 3 wide like this all the way up until the ceiling. And that's 1 and then 2 and then 3. And just clear out the rest of this area. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the right side except by 4 blocks. Alright, so now with the left and right side excavated, let's turn our attention back to the center area here and add in our enchanting area. So to start off, let's add in some bookshelves on the back wall, just like this, in a 3x3 pattern. Now on the right side, we're going to do the same thing, but only 2 wide this time. And then the same thing on the left side, but before we add it in, let's make sure to chuck in a corner block just like this to make sure we reach a full level 30. And now add in your left side wall. Then you can add in your enchanting table and just make sure that it reaches a full level 30, just like this. So if we didn't add in this corner block here, you can see that we only reach a level 28. So make sure to add in that corner block. Now in front of the bookshelves here, let's add in a row of barrels just like this and do the same on the right side as well. And then on the floor, we can add in our stone brick pattern. So firstly, in this left and right corner, chuck in some stone bricks. Then we're going to do the same thing on these blocks here, and then just repeat a checkered pattern all the way up until the ladder like so. Now we can add in our roof design to cover up the kind of ugly checkered pattern that doesn't really line up with the basement. And to do that, we're going to be using a bunch of upside down spruce stairs. So firstly, add in 3 like this, and then we're going to bend this around around and pretty much go around the entire area, and make sure to go 1 block past these barrels here, and then we're going to turn this way and meet up with the ladder, and then do the same thing on this side, all the way around like this, 1 block past the barrels, and then link it up just like that. Now we're going to chuck in some lanterns, so we're going to chuck in 1 above the enchanting table here, and then also another 2 at both of these sides right here. And now let's add in our bedroom. So to start off, on the left side of these barrels here, we're going to remove these 3 blocks and replace them with some stripped spruce blocks. We may as well quickly just do this on the other side so we don't have to worry about it later. And then heading back over here, to the left of this here, we're going to be adding in some spruce stairs in the corners just like this, and do the same thing on the other side. And then we're going to connect them up using some spruce trapdoors on the sides and also the top. Make sure to leave out the bottom as we're going to be placing in our bed here soon. Now at the back, let's fill in these 3 blocks and also these 2 up here with some stone blocks. Then in between these 2, we're going to chuck in some upside down stone stairs. On the left and right gaps here, let's throw in some barrels, and in the center, a flower pot with an oxeye daisy. Now we're going to be replacing these 2 stone blocks with some red wool, and then we're going to be placing some red carpet in a ring like this, and then finally a red bed in the gap here. You can of course replace these colors with whatever colors you want. And yeah, that's pretty much the bedroom done. All we have to do now for this side is just replace these dirt blocks with some stone, or if you had any other kind of blocks here, just make sure they're stone. Now turning around, let's add in our storage area. First thing we're going to do is replace all of these dirt blocks here with some stone. You don't have to worry about the top ones as we're going to be adding in a ceiling shortly, but just make sure all of these blocks are stone. You also might as well do it to these areas as well. Now let's chuck in a bunch of double chests all the way at the back here. So we're going to be placing all of these in, making sure to leave a 1 block gap at the ceiling here. Now, it might be kind of tricky to place these ones, so you might have to remove part of the wall in order to get these ones placed, and then just, of course, replace the wall. Now, above these chests, we're going to be placing some stone slabs to make sure that the chests do actually open, the ones at the top at least, and to ensure that they do open. There you go. Now, let's add the same kind of ring design that we added right here with the spruce stairs and also our spruce trapdoors. So, once again, spruce stairs in all of the corners, and then we're going to connect up all of these empty spaces with some spruce trapdoors. And now to finish up, all we have to do is add in a bunch of red carpets in front of the area like so. And yeah, so that's it. That's the entire base completed. I've never really made a more modern type of base before, so let me know what you think in the comments. And if I should also do any more in the future. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.